Hey guys, going to attempt to install Hypervisor onto this Dell R720 server. I have read some issues with installing the Hypervisor on the R720s as it's not supported on the hardware, but apparently it was fixed in one of the more recent Microsoft updates. So what I've done is download the latest evaluation build I could find online, and we're going to give it a crack. So to do that, what we will do is go to the Start menu and select Server Manager. We'll just let that load for a sec. Okay, and now we're going to go to Manage, Add Roles and Features, and then we're going to select Next. Now it's asking us if we would like to do a role-based or feature-based installation or a remote desktop services installation. We're going to select the role-based or feature-based installation. Here is our server. So we're going to select Next. And then we're going to click on the tick box next to Hyper-V. It's asking us if we would like to install the GUI management tools and the module for PowerShell, which we will do. So we'll click Add Features. What that essentially does is just automatically tick the features in the next box, which we will see just here. Right here we've got the Hyper-V management tools. So we'll just select Next, and then we'll select Next again. Now it's asking us which NICs on the server we would like to use to communicate with other computers. I have two 10 gigabit Ethernet cables plugged into this particular server, so I'm just going to select any of them. I'm not really too concerned. Hyper-V can be configured to send and receive live migrations of virtual machines on this server. I'm actually going to turn this on because I'm probably going to do a video in the near future about live migrating machines between two servers. I'm just going to leave the default use credentials security support provider turned on and select Next. And now it's asking us where we would like to store the virtual machine hard disks and the virtual machine configuration files. If I just open up Explorer, and go to this PC, we'll see that the only drive I have is the operating system drive, being C drive. So I'm going to right click on the Start menu and go to Disk Management, because on this particular server I have set up two virtual disks on the RAID, but they just need to be configured. So as we can see here, it's asking us to initialize the disk. We're going to select OK, and here is our 10 terabyte virtual disk. I'm just going to right click on it and go New Simple Volume, Next, leave that as a standard, and we'll give it a drive letter of G will be fine. Now we're going to format this volume with the following settings. We're going to leave the file system just as NTFS to keep it simple, and we're also going to use the allocated unit size as default. We're just going to leave the allocation unit size as default. Apparently the default is 4096 bytes, but basically what the unit size is for is what the block size is on your hard drive. So if you have a lot of small files, then it's a good idea to keep the allocation size small so your hard drive space won't be wasted. If you have lots of large files, like videos in particular, then keeping it higher will increase the actual performance of the system by having less blocks. For this scenario, we're just going to leave it at default. I'm going to give it a volume label. We'll just call that data. And we're just going to do a quick format and select Next. And we'll select Finish. Okay, now we can see that we have our G drive all up and running with 9.81 terabytes free. Now we'll go back to our Add Roles and Features. And we're going to change the default location of these to the G drive. So I am just going to type in G's. I'm just going to go into the G drive and create a new folder called Hyper-V. Inside that, I'm going to make a new folder again called Virtual Hard Disks. And then I'm going to select back on Hyper-V and make a new folder called Virtual Machines. Then I'm going to select OK. It's asking for the virtual hard disk files, so I need to select the virtual hard disks. And then for the other one, I'm going to go to this PC, G, and select the virtual machines. Essentially what this does is it splits up where the actual virtual disk sits and where the configuration files for the virtual machine sit. I'll just select next, and it's asking us if we want to restart the destination server automatically if required, which we will. Then we will select yes and install. Just fired up the iDRAC so we can see the moment of truth to see if this machine ends up blue screening or not. Apparently it happened in UEFI mode, and it was fine to do it in BIOS mode, but we will see. Okay, it appears to not be stuck in a boot loop. It appears it has added the role, and now it's adding the features. And we have installation success. So I'm just going to click close, go to tools, and open up the Hyper-V manager. As we can see, Hyper-V is now up and running. So what I'm going to do is end this video here. I'm going to do this as a little mini series on setting up a basic domain and network essentially. So we'll just leave it there, and I'll see you guys next time.